It should be starting now. Okay. It's not. It should be starting now. Okay. It's not. I don't know what it's doing here. It's just flaking out on me, and I don't know how to fix it. Okay, it is not broadcast. Something is wrong. I changed some setting, and now I don't know how to change it back. For some reason, it is not broadcasting the image from my camera. Window capture monitor properties. This one's on There's some arcane little settings someplace that nobody can find unless they've got like 50 years of experience working with these blasted machines. Okay, keyframe frequency must be less than or equal to 2 seconds. Keyframe frequency. Where would that be? Thank you for your help. You're so much, you're just so helpful. Settings. Bitrate, buffer size, bitrate, quality, custom buffer, broadcast settings. Keep recording, file paths. Video settings. Audio. Keyframe interval. Why isn't it showing my camera? And it's still not showing. It's still not showing. I can't fix it, and I don't know why. Okay, if you're watching, I'm sorry. This is how it's. I don't know if you can even hear me. Can you hear me? It's always some piece of crap. And it's still not showing. It's still not showing. I can't fix it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. Gonna go ahead with this. Because apparently YouTube hates me. And is out to destroy my life. Alright, Magella, if you would pass. Beg your pardon, if you would pass on the link, the correct link to the video to the others. I'm tired of fighting it. Yeah, that's aggravating. I want to go to all the trouble of getting a whole face cam thing set up, and it doesn't work anymore. And I don't know why. The camera's working. The camera's working. Little blue lights on and everything. Just oh, I just hope it's picking up what this is doing. It's layers merge all. Okay, good. It seems to be picking up what's happening on the drawing board. There's something of a delay between the time I talk and the time it picks it up. So let's see here. Go to all the trouble of getting a whole face cam thing set up, and it doesn't work anymore. And I don't know why. The camera's working. The camera's working. Little blue lights on and everything. Just well, anyway, I just hope it's picking up what this is doing. Anyway, I'm going to have to fiddle-faddle and fuss and feud and fume with this thing. It's dropping frames like there's no tomorrow, and I don't know why. It can't be the internet. And I don't know what setting I changed that screwed it up so bad. I hate this. I do not want to have to fiddle with all these stupid little settings. This is the problem. These programs are designed by programmers. If a car was designed by a programmer, it wouldn't have a steering wheel. It would have 15 levers and a double-handed keyboard manual control system. Programmers and engineers, they do not know how to make anything usable by normal human beings to save their stinking lives. And then they look, and then they look at you like you're an idiot because you haven't got a programmer's degree or an engineering degree, and you can't understand all the glibber blabber that they're throwing at you. This is why the Books for Dummies series took off, because all these people were going around writing these how-to manuals that were basically nothing but an echo chamber for the engineers. I'm sorry, I don't have room in my life to have things malfunctioning all the time. I don't. I've got so many problems on my plate already. I'm just so tired of having to work with everything that's half-assed, you know? Nothing works right. Everything I never owned anything that was really brand new, you know? I'm always getting, I'm having to get things secondhand and half-assed and just barely cobbled together so it works, rebuilt, refabbed, outdated. The usual. Ugh. I'm constantly, everything's constantly breaking down or falling apart or just, or it just stops working without any warning. I'm just really angry right now. It's crap. Let's see if I can. Let me see this video capture device. Don't know why the video capture device isn't working. No reason for it. It just stopped. Window capture. Pardon? No, cancel. Monitor capture. Okay, here we go. Now, look at these settings. Look, encoding. It's just, I have no idea what any of these mean. Broadcast settings. It took me forever to figure out half of these. I don't know what any of these do. Video. I don't know how to reset this. I don't know how to fix this. And audio and advanced. Look at all these. It could be anything in this damn page. It could be anything. One stupid number. One stupid one stupid entry, one checkbox that's causing this problem, and I have no clue what it is. And I can't fix it. It's got a frame for the video capture device, but it's not showing. Let's see. Order, position, size, remover, name, properties. Point filtering, opacity, 100%. Preserve source guide, refresh. Configure, and this could be anything. It's camera controllers. Great, it's got zoom. What is it? See, move. Remove. Okay. See, global sources, no. Plugins, no. I have no clue. I have no clue whatsoever what's wrong with this. Oh, this is aggravating. Oh my. Just one of those days, I guess. All week long. It's been kind of rough. It's okay. I haven't even started on my tax papers yet for this year, and oh my. In case you haven't noticed, I've got a thing up on the homepage. You can order a Valentine's Day card, $50, commission, full color. It'll be digital. You'll be emailed copy, and I will set them up to post on the front page somehow. I'll have to work on that, but 2 weeks to order one, folks. I definitely need the money, because I still owe the electric company and the internet I owe the internet another $40, and I owe the electric company $400, and I'm behind by a month on my taxes and on my lot rent. Pride, I have none. I can't afford it. But Phil, refill. You guys get it. But the books are for sale. They're up on indieplanet.com. And I have. You can order a commission. Just click the little link. And while I'm doing a show, I haven't announced this in a while, but I got to remember to do it. It's just basically $20. If you order a commission, if you order a drawing while I'm doing the show, it's just $20. We will sketch it live. I will sketch it live on the air for you, per your request. Ugh, darn it. Did it again. It's been one of those days. Image, resize all layers. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just, yeah. Well, this has proven to be a trifle frustrating. Software isn't working right. Settings, I don't know how to correct them. Let's see. You'll have to excuse me. I'm so silent at the moment. Feeling rather tired and feeling kind of stressed. I have things that they have things there. It's a bit of. It's just the same old, over and over again. Every year I make a little bit more money. Than I did the year before, and every year, it gets harder and harder to live. Food gets more expensive. Fuel gets more expensive. Uh, Tax, you get just enough money to hit a new tax bracket, and then your income takes another hit. Then they, after I did the numbers, I did about. Let's see here. I made $300 in book sales, 272, and that on top of so I made about 18 or $19,000 last year. I only paid income tax on about a third of it, because that was the amount that I earned by salary, so it was prepaid. All that money, and I was constantly, by the skin of my teeth. There was always, I didn't manage to set aside anything, because there was always something that needed to be repaired or paid for, or well, you get the general idea. And there was always something happening, and you people got me through. The generosity of my readers got me through pretty much everything. And I just, I thank you all for it. I am. I'm angry at myself. I'm frustrated with myself. Because I've spent all this time paying back money I owed, and despite everything, uh, I'm, I'm almost back right where I was. I'm going to be right back where I was, and uh, I tried to set money aside, tried to save. And every time I did, something came up. Now, one thing I did do is I went ahead and upgraded my computer and got that laptop. I did that for business reasons, particularly because, quite frankly, if I get disconnected from the internet, I'm dead. I'm a dead duck. So this was a necessary thing I did. But even though it's not frivolous, even though it wasn't frivolous spending, I find myself having to remind myself of that. Is there anybody else here in the channel besides Magello? I'm gonna go back to chat and give them the link again. This thing doesn't list all the people in the channel. What's it doing? What's it doing? It's fudge. I don't know what it's doing. Good. I've got a good stream. There's my public view. Turn that off so I'm not streaming twice. Back on myself. Encoder setups. Sorry, that was my computer. Computer, it go beep. I don't know why. I don't know nothing. It just does it. It goes beep. And it does it on itself. That was me closing out a channel, I think. And, it goes beepy, beepy, beepy. And I don't know why. Well. I keep promising myself that every year I promise myself this year I'm going to set aside money and save it up and it's not like I'm out there living high on just flinging money left and right. That's the thing of it. But I still manage, I still manage, penny, nickel, and dime myself away, I guess. Because, I'm looking back at it, I'm going, I nearly made $20,000 last year. Where did it all go? It's gone. And it's not even, well, let's see. I have had to pay $300 a month for the past 12 months, catching up on my back rent, $400 a month. I've been paying $400 a month back taxes and rent. I'm still not caught up. So that's for $4,800 gone right there. That's so 2019, 18. So that leaves me with about 15 grand. Then there's electricity, the internet, internet service. I got cable internet because let's see. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna switch services to something slower. But if I switch to something slower, I won't be able to live stream anymore, and I won't be able to, well, crap, you know, darned if you do and darned if you don't. But you know, and no, you got all the other things. You got the phone and the cell phone and the internet and the electricity and emergency repairs to the house and not it wasn't huge, but still, the fact that my house is still falling apart tells you all you need to know about how much I spent on repairs. But it's this, it's that, it's the other. Nickel and diming myself with other things. Car repairs and gas and it's always great. When I was your age, we managed to live on $5 a week, and I'm like, yeah. I do eat out a lot. For me, eating out is McDonald's. Just to clarify it, I'm not stopping in at Shea Honkies and plopping down huge wads of cash here. I'm not going to Red Lobster here. I go like to like a Burger King or the little Chinese buffet that's down the road. I mean, this is the closest I get to a hot home cooked meal, But just how it is. Okay. Now this is going to be the please buy my stuff show. Okay, I can do commissions. I can do Valentine's card commissions. They're up. They're being advertised on my page. $50 commission. $50. There you have it. It's digitally drawn. I'd send it to you. I will post it on the homepage. I've got to set up a gallery on the homepage. I've got to talk to Daniel Meyer and say, I'm going to say, okay, I like what you got. I like, he's done that web page. He's done that RH Junior Webcomics page, stormriderpress.com/RHJ, if you want to take a look at it. This is sort of like my prequel, these are all the things. I don't know if the live stream, maybe I should just go back to live stream because, well, fudge. I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing it. And I don't know how to do what I'm wanting to do. But what I'm going to do is I've got to ask Daniel Meyer how to move all this code and stuff on stormriderpress.com/RHJ to my servers, my internet service provider. And that's another thing that, internet ISP costs, and just everything. And set it up. It is very nice. I like it. It is very nice. He made it to order. And general layout. It's got. Let's see here. I can video add window capture. Okay, window capture 2. Okay. Check it out. See that there? That there? Oh yay. There it is. Isn't that nice? See, it's got the comics that are currently active at top, and it's got links down the sides to the comics that are archived. Well, I have to add more links down the side for like Nip and Tuck and a couple others that are up on the stage, but it has a live stream link right here, so that's why I'm thinking it might be simpler just to go back to live stream. Got the boop, video thing right there. Why fuss with that? And it's got it's got the page in there, and it's got a blog right here. Blog, boom, ta-da, blog. So I can put my blog and everything else all on one site. And yeah. And it's got space for ads. So I can put ads on my website. Not room for a lot of ads. I'm just gonna have to revamp my account with Project Wonderful again, and but yeah, it's nice, very nice. I just have to figure it. When you do stuff like this on the internet, I've described it before, it's like being a kid who's just dug this nice hole in the ground and can't bring it in to show anyone, because that's how I feel. Because I'm like, how do I move this without the pieces falling off? It's like, building a website for me is like building a house of cards. You're not going to move it easily. So there you have it. But, yeah. I've got to move that there, and I've got to try. Yeah. I've got work this Saturday, but I think I'm gonna be spending the rest of the week putting in applications on the web. I'm all healed up from my surgery. I can start job hunting without going, oh well. When can you start? Oh, a couple of months from now, after they pull out my internal organs. Kind of a downer when you're applying for work. But yeah, 3/4 of my income is 2/3 or 3/4 of my income has come from the internet. The problem is that most of it is just donations. And I don't feel right about that. I don't. I'm very grateful for them, but I want to, I want to be in a position where I am producing something that people pay for, material. The donations are great. I always feel guilty about it. And I don't. I just really don't know about it because if I was a minister, I wouldn't feel bad at all. That's the thing of it. If I was doing some sort of ministry, church ministry kind of thing, I'd be like, yeah, this is how ministers live. But other than that, if I was like, if that's just how it is. But any other field, you're like, you want to produce something that people buy, and it's very bizarre. It really is, because I set out a hat and ask, hey, could you throw in $50? And they go, boom, there you go. But I put out like a comic book and say, hey, you want a comic book for $29.99? And you know, I put it out or I could put it out for the same price. And I go, hey, $50 for a comic, and you know, $50 for this graphic novel, and nobody seems to want it, or it sells out real quick. I've always kind of been flummoxed by that. I'm never sure what to make of that. Am I a parasite by doing this? Am I actually providing a valuable service? Am I earning an honest living, or am I uh, you know mooching? I feel like I'm mooching. Maybe that's not rational. Maybe it's not, because for all that we talk about how messed up the world is, and I don't know, it's just strange that the age of the internet seems to have brought the introduction of instant charity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are the people out there who've been in. I remember the first one was some lady who got in credit card debt. Credit card debt. I mean, she just tanked herself, totally t-boned herself financially, and so she put up a website and said, "Please help me," and people poured money into her pockets. These same people wouldn't hand a $5 bill to a bum. They wouldn't. They'd see a homeless person. They cross the street to get away, but they see it up on the internet, and there's bloop, and there's the money. And this was before PayPal. So what? Maybe they feel more impartial about it. Maybe they feel more distant from it. He looks kind of smallish. You got a big old head right there. But I'm not sure what to think of it. I've never been sure. Hello. Okay, it's Magello and Benjamin Jones in the channel thus far. This is another thing I'm thinking live stream is a little bit better, because with live stream I know exactly how many people are in channel given. Okay, I've been jerking around with YouTube, and they've been causing me grief, okay? First off, there's the difficulty of the setup. Second off, there's the hassles with their copyright Nazi robot running around. I mean, I was, they dinged me even when I was playing public domain music. And they got a little chalk mark up next to my name that says, "If you do this again," and I can't figure out why they keep posting me these notices. And when I'm doing this, it's fussy. It's fussy. I'm an artist, not a computer technician, and it shows. But so there you have it. Like I was telling Magello, like I was saying before, I am doing a desperate push to try. This is the please commission me or buy my crap show. I am currently on my homepage. There is a link to make a PayPal order for a Valentine's Day card, which will be posted on the website. I just got to reset that, set it up so it has a gallery. And $50 color art commission. Send your Valentine's greeting to your sweetheart. Also, when I'm doing my live streaming, one of the things I have done, but hasn't been done in a while because nobody's ordered it, I do online commissions. For $20, I'll do you a drawing right there in channel. That $20 is the price, but only while I'm on the air. And I'm just going to keep it simple. They're black and white drawings from now on. Just black and white drawings, $20. On the air. Done in the order they're received. Their PayPal, there's a PayPal, you can send the payment to me by PayPal. I also have a thing where if you're more if you're feeling very charitable, I have links on my homepage where you can drop something in the hat. a couple of bucks. There's a little PayPal link there. There's a thermometer on that page that measures how many, money dropped in the hat type donations I get a month. 1 month it got up to $1,000. Last month it only got up to just under 200. Yeah. But I also have a Patreon account. You want to look this up. If you have artists or writers or such online that you would like to support, go to Patreon, www.patreon, patreon.com. There's a thermometer on that page that measures how many. Yeah, it's very nice. I'm going to turn off that window cap. Yeah, there we go. You can see what I'm doing in drawing now. I didn't realize I still had the window capture on. Okay. Figaro. Frog in my throat. Ribbit. But anyway, Patreon. There's a big old Patreon button there on that homepage too. You can go to that page. It'll go to my page. But you can look at Patreon. There are dozens of artists, writers, musicians, performers, comedians, cartoonists, musicians, and everything out there. And you can make a pledge to, if you, a sort of a monthly support pledge. You can, it depends on which. I've got to set a monthly support. You make a pledge for like $1 a month. And every month it goes ding and, makes a PayPal transaction from you to them and from them to me. Now, if I could get, I have thousands, I literally have tens or even hundreds of thousands of people who check out my website every month. If, according to the meters on the website. If I could get, just 1,000 people to pledge $1, if I could get 1,000 people to pledge just $1, I could pay my bills. I could buy the fancy ramen. But seriously, if I could. Do just that. That is my bare bones goal, to get 1,000 patrons pledging at least $1. That will guarantee I could with that I could just okay. Let's see here. Is the action's picking up? Dun dun dun. In this cartoon, yay, comic, yay. I'm thinking of putting up like a which sci-fi franchise should Space Ranger lampoon next? All right, let's do that. Let's see. Okay. Don't know how I'm going to put the forums there. I'm just going to have to give Daniel Meyer complete. I'm just going to have to give Daniel access to my. I like the little raccoon. You see the little raccoon in the background? Here, let me change it over so you can see the little raccoon. And it's not showing. And it's not showing that. It's not showing that. And it's refusing properties. It's not rebooting. Refresh. let's see here. Okay. Why is this not doing this? Why is this? Okay, maybe if I put it up here. Properties. It's there, but it's not showing. It's what is it doing? What is it doing? I don't understand. We're limping along here, folks. This is ridiculous. Open Broadcaster. It looks shiny, but it just doesn't work right. It's just lost its darn digital mind here. For some reason. Properties. Compatibility mode. Refresh. Ah, there we go. Finally got it. I don't know what I was doing. Let's properties. Custom resolution. Use point filtering. Opacity. 100%. Refresh. For a second, use chroma key. It's just not working. I don't know what. Don't know what. Don't know why. Okay, so we're desktop, and there we go. This is that thermometer measures the monthly donations. The monthly one-offs. There's the little donate button. Here's support through Patreon. Here's a button to commission a Valentine's Day card, or as I like to call it, the day before half-off chocolate day. Okay. I'm going to put up a little commission. I'm going to put up a little. Let's see here. Tells the course time. Okay, new topic. Let's see. Do we have a? No, it doesn't have a survey connection. A survey thing. Darn it! It doesn't have the thingamajiggy for making surveys. Or maybe it does and it's just hidden and I don't know where to look. Oh well. Little raccoon with the heart, yay. Well, you see here, these ads here, these little ads, there's a little trickle of money that comes in. Ever since my site crashed and I had to reboot it, I've lost massive amounts of ad revenue. I used to get I'd get about $10 a week from ad revenue, and now I'm lucky if it's $10 a month, because it just borked up all my ads and everything, and I still haven't really rebuilt the whole thing, and it's tragic, but there you have it. But yeah. But I was thinking I got to decide what sci-fi franchise to lampoon next with Space Ranger. And eventually, I'll have to get back to that. I've been thinking Avatar. I've been thinking Star Wars. I've already done Star Trek. Star Wars has its day coming. And I thought Warhammer. I'm trying to think of a couple of other names that have crossed my mind. Yes, this is what it's here for. It's, Space Ranger is there to make fanboys cry. Yeah. Oh man, the Trekkies were so much fun. Because quick hint: the bigger the fuss you throw, the longer I go at it. I just Star Trek. Star Trek is socialists in space. Has been for decades, and it's really disgusting, frankly, some of the ideology that they pushed off. You have no, I mean, they some of the things, man, when they dropped an anvil, back in the old days. I mean, the kicker was that one episode with the race of aliens that were half black and half white, and they'd managed to exterminate each other in a race war over which half was black and which half was white. And like, dang, I mean, geez, Gene Roddenberry, subtlety. You ever heard of it? But Star Trek: The Next Generation was even less subtle. I mean, it was every limousine liberal's fantasy of the future. And even if you ignored that, it was just terrible writing. But, man, the Trekkies threw a hissy. I mean, Magello probably remembers that. Oh, mercy, mercy me. I mean, I had, I apparently had defiled their sacred idols. I mean, woo, mercy. The Prime Directive doesn't. Yeah. We've seen the Prime Directive. I mean, in the latest Star Trek movie, Captain Kirk nearly gets court-martialed because he saved a planet full of people from being destroyed by a supervolcano eruption. I'm sorry, it is crap. It consists of treating primitive people, the Prime Directive consists of treating primitive people like exhibits in a zoo. You know how long it takes for a civilization to go from the Stone Age to the Space Age? 1 generation. 1 freaking generation, okay? Because you take modern science, you teach the kids modern science, and they will already be, on that track in 1 generation. You can take people from the Stone Age to the Space Age in 1 generation, just as you can go from the Space Age back to the Stone Age That's God's own truth right there. And it is the most racist, disgusting thing in the world to imagine that other people who don't have the same color skin as you aren't evolved enough to handle the shocking realities of that, the world is round. I mean, at least in the original series, Captain Kirk, he said, "Screw that noise," heck with that, take your prime directive and go elsewhere. He would go, to heck with it, heck with the prime directive, save the natives, and then we're going to have dinner with, then we're going to have a dinner date with the green chick, but. And if somebody shot at him, he shot back and aimed to kill. Captain We Surrender Picard, the little grapes, little limey, acting like a Frenchman, got grapes squished between his toes. To hell with people like that. To hell with anybody with prime directive. And you get these Trekkies that go, well, the prime directive really doesn't mean that. It's supposed to be about blah 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 blah, yabba 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 yabba, blibber blabber blibber blabber, and that's not how they used it. Picard sat there and watched an entire planet suffocate to death because he did not want Picard sat there and watched an entire planet of innocents suffocate to death because he didn't want to disrupt their culture by rescuing them. We used to shoot people like that. Anyway, I've done Star Trek. Star Wars is due too. But I don't know if I'm going to go with Star Wars yet. That's the thing of it. I'm thinking, let's see, Star Wars. I've done Star Trek, done Star Wars. I'm gonna do Star Wars. Got Avatar. And also there's a lot of general tropes that I could take a cheap pot shot at too. I mean, some really awful stuff that people do all the time. I mean, I've done the cold equations. Couldn't seem to get. I don't know. It's I got a certain point across that there is no reason for the girl to die the way she did, and that it took for a situation like that to arise, where they were stranded in space and had to kill somebody to have enough fuel to make the trip, required a level of incompetence and malfeasance that flat out was criminal. But the first thing everybody thought of was the evil corporation, the evil fat cat corporation, yeah. Evil moneymakers. And I could not convince some people that Yes, corporations have gone up to terrible things, but this is beyond the pale for a corporation. Because this is the kind of incompetence that would destroy them from within. I mean, even a corporation has limits. It has corporation. An evil corporate CEO has to make his company profitable. A government bureaucrat, on the other hand, is under no such limitation. And I pointed this out, and I stated examples, and there were some that were, no, it'd be the money-grubbing capitalists who'd be that, be that evil. I can't quite figure out which way these comments are being posted. I think I'm reading them backwards. Well, anyway, just that list I made would provide enough material for at least a year of writing. So it's not really urgent. I would like to try and think up some other sci-fi franchises that are deserving of a little skewering. This, the list I have is really the low-hanging fruit, What gets me the most about the round I did with Star Trek, everybody wanted me to do, you've seen Star Trek parodies before, and it's always the same thing. Somebody making jokes about Captain Kirk's toupee. Seriously, I mean, and people were asking me, why don't you tell jokes like that on this? And I'm like, because they suck eggs. And nobody who does these parodies ever really hits below the belt like they should. I'm sorry, a real satire has, at some point the satire has to hit below the belt to get the point across. The soft targets, the easy targets, those are not the ones that need hitting on. We didn't need yet another Captain Kirk's toupee joke. Okay? But what we obviously needed, considering how defensive they got about it, was to address the socialist blibber blabber that Star Trek was espousing. The contempt for Western religion, especially Christianity. The contempt, the socialist ideals, They had an entire episode where they traveled back in time and back to the job riots of 2000 and X, uh, where you know, where the unemployed were rioting for the right to have a job, and you know, one of the socialist ideals, universal employment. Whether anybody needs you to work for them or not. Uh, and bragging about how nobody needed money and everybody had a job, and great deal of other, we've given up the nonsensical pursuit of profit. Yeah. That's why your technology hasn't changed much, except for the color of the sparkles, since the days of Kirk. Oh man, man alive. Man. Sacred cows. Kid you not. Star Trek is nothing like that. Yes, it is. Exactly. That's how you know you nailed it in one. I think, yeah, this is it. I'm going to switch back to live stream. It's obviously going to be much harder to get an audience, but doggone, they make it a misery to use their system, and the software I've got is just not cooperating, and I've had it. No. Okay, so tomorrow going to be back on live stream. Can use the live stream channel that's listed in the chat room. This just wasn't worth the effort. Bum you out, but nope. Yeah. Got a couple of people on a couple of people on YouTube that weren't showing up on the live stream, but if I'm going to be having troubles like this, just putting the program on, having to quibble with YouTube for every music for every time I post a song or link to a video. I could link to videos. I could. I could play music. I didn't have these troubles, and it's not worth the trouble. But uh, they did. What it boils down to is that the Trekkies did not want any legitimate criticisms brought against the actual problems of their show, and it was really sad. When somebody becomes an advocate of a particular show, especially a sci-fi or fantasy show, a sci-fi show in particular, that is a sci-fi show is to some extent their vision of what they wish or hope the future would be like. A man. This was a quote from a recent Dean Koontz novel I liked very much. He said, "A man watches what he wishes he could do." That is a very, very applicable concept. When you can poke fun at Kirk's acting or Spock's logic talk or anything like that all you want all day, but if you poke at the fundamentals of the show's idea, the Prime Directive, the idea of federate of a stellar federation or of a one world government, or of or you jab at the idea of a day when nobody no longer needs money and there are no that kind of thing. Uh, you're hitting them where it counts, and now whoa! Avatar desperately needs. Oh man, I remember after Avatar came out, there were a bunch of these hippy dippy idiots who were so enthralled and engrossed with Avatar's fictional world that they actually got clinically depressed, psychologically depressed. They were going to getting therapy to cope with the fact that Avatar was not a real world. That is sad. That is pathetic. That is just how engrossing and mind affecting uh, these franchises can be. They turn people's brain to mush. The entire purpose of Avatar was to take our culture, for which we have strove, we have fought, we have struggled, and we have advanced to raise ourselves up out of barbarian living and out of primitivism and savagery to the point where we had men walk on the moon. The purpose of Avatar was to belittle everything that our forefathers did as irrelevant, and to portray a life of a bone-through-the-nose barbarian savage as being morally superior to life in a civilized world. And people lapped it up. They slurped it up. And the pretty shiny colors and the 3D and the plunge into it 3D landscapes and pretty forest creatures made it that much easier. It was a vapid, empty movie. Just the dumbest thing you ever saw, strung together like beads on a string. Just a string of insulting, brain-dead Hollywood cliches and paper-thin plot devices. And people lapped it up, and you got people going out there painting themselves blue and calling themselves Na'vi even now, doing political protests, for environmentalism and just pick the popular liberal shibboleth of the day. They turned into otherkin. You know who otherkin are? Otherkin are people who sincerely believe themselves to be reincarnated fairies or elves or dragons or other mythical beasts. Hold on, I got a phone call. Just a minute. Well, whoever they are, they rang once and hung up. Their loss. Anyway, there you have it. They seriously. There are these people. They call themselves otherkin. You'll find them at Ren fairs, making jackasses of themselves, claiming to be reincarnated elves and witches and fairies and dragons and goblins and what have you. And and it is a measure of the complete lack of seriousness in our society that they are even allowed to entertain this ridiculousness. But there you have it. These people go around like that, and these people who saw Avatar with the blue Smurf cat people are they're going around. They're sort of going around speaking of being spiritual Navi, and just punch them in the face until you can't feel your knuckles. They have this is liberalism in a nutshell. People immersing themselves in a delusion. And immersing themselves deep is the most tragic state of denial imaginable. It's really awful. Oh, beg your pardon. There are people out there that claim to be reincarnated Klingons. What can you do? This used to be, this used to be time for a trip to the rubber room stuff. I mean, it's one thing to believe yourself to be, it's bad enough people believing themselves reincarnated as Abraham Lincoln or Napoleon or whatever, but these people are going around believing themselves to be the reincarnations of fictional beings. Believing yourself to be a reincarnated Navi is about as logical as believing yourself to be a reincarnation of the Coca-Cola mascot. Okay? If Coca-Cola had a mascot, but no. It is demented. It's and the fact that our society just smiles and pats them on the head and lets them go their way, and it just makes it all that much more of a tragedy, You got people out there that are convinced they're astral werewolves, you see, because they don't transform on a full moon. When you stand in front of a mirror during a full moon. Surprise, you haven't transformed, have you? And they're determined to not let that stop them from believing. We live in Goofy Town with all the idiots. People out there just flat out, just fell off a flying saucer. That's It's important to a degree. It's important. We have to address it. That we have enough trouble with people losing themselves. The problems of our society boil down to people being lost in a utopian delusion. What else would you call socialism but a utopian? It was a near future utopian delusion. The advocates of socialism believe that someday the balance of things would change, and they believed in socialism as basically an evolutionary inevitability. Oh my. What are you going to do, though? What are you going to do when society goes that far off the rails? Half the problem is half the problem half the problems of this nature, of people being sold on these delusional fairy tales, a little carefully applied fridge logic goes a long way. If you can make people stop and think before fanatically committing themselves to some ideal, you can help pull them away from that. Mm. 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 Get another wave of sleepiness. I'll get another bowl of chili in a little bit. Chili. Made my homemade chili. Can of beans, can of tomato soup, ketchup, and some hamburger. Threw a little spices in there, and bland enough for me to eat, but still tasty. Got a bunch of beans. Got to do something with them. He looks so little right there. He does. He looks so little right there in that frame. Right there. You just want to pick him up and cuddle him and give him a cookie. I'm seriously running on fumes right now. Let's see here. I gotta look up a barn type coloring. Oh, goodness. Tiring. Just flat out energy all of a sudden. Excuse me. Dozed off a bit there. again. Oh my. I want to stick out till exactly 9, just so I can say that I stuck out till 9. But there you have it. But, let's see. Okay, let's see here. Bit of a rough start. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to switch back to live streams. Go back to live streams. It's just simpler to use. It works without a lot of fiddle faddle. Or what it can't do, I can work around. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to get some chili. Okay, I have returned. Yay, chili. Mass Effect. Parodying Mass Effect. I don't know much about Mass Effect. That's the thing of it. Not really familiar with it. I'd be a little hard pressed to make fun of it, seeing as I don't know it. Okay. I'm going to have to 450 pixels per inch. So remember, 150% just pixels. Oh, beg your pardon. Oh. Let's see here. 1,000 pixels in height. Let's. I really don't know how to proceed. Let's see here. Resize. Picture is going to be a bit larger than the preceding ones. In fact, no, I'd probably better not. Better not go fiddle-faddling around with the resolution or anything until I've got it, until I've learned more about. Why is this not changing? There we go. Yeah, we're going to be on. Okay. see here. Okay, it's been quiet for the past few minutes. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, that's not just down to 1 inch. Adjust. Blur. Gaussian blur. 1. Okay. I do believe it's raining. Yes, yes, it is. Coming down. Yeah, I can live with that. Melt some of that snow. There's always something you can be optimistic about. Something about the weather. Ha ha ha. Okay, the page is done. So now we're going to post it. Let's see here. FTP Beauty Finder. Da-da-da-da. We open it up. And ta-da. I love summer rain. I love rain in the summertime. I love thunderstorms and showers. I've learned to hate windstorms. You want to bum yourself out quick. Live in a trailer in a windstorm. Because even if it's just a windstorm, a trailer typically is up on blocks. My trailer is sitting up on stacks of cinder blocks. It's about 4 feet off the ground. 4 foot high stack of cinder block. You can imagine how stable that feels in a windstorm. I swear, I just don't know what's going through people's mind when they design these things and when they set things up the way they do for these mobile homes. It's like they stand out there. They decide, okay, let's tempt God. Let's make a box out of the crappiest materials we can find. Let's light it poorly. Put everything on bad wiring. Put all the plumbing on the outside where the cold can get to it. Set it up on stacks of cinder blocks so that with one really good solid shove, it'll all go tumbling down. Then, oh boy, let's make sure it's into so it turns into an easy bake oven in the summer and an ice box in the winter. Okay. And let's make them the most common form of housing in the United States. Yes, that's pretty much what it is. It would take so little to make a mobile home into an energy-efficient, sturdy, well-built house. Okay, first of all, instead of using wood and plywood, you could they have the shipping what are they calling shipping crates, shipping these big shipping boxes, big steel shipping boxes. Let's start with that. That's going to raise the price a bit, I think. Just starting with there, but it'll be solid. It'll be sturdy as heck. You put some good weatherproofing on it and waterproofing on it, and it will last forever. And it will be immune to termites, to wood rot, to dry rot, to all the problems that eat up these plyboard houses already. Okay, let's start with that. Okay. Put all the plumbing on the inside of the house. Run it along the walls if you want to. Run it, put it behind panels, but make everything accessible from the inside of the house. The only thing, there should only be one place where the pipes go in and out of the house, and that should be at the main water line. The main water line should lead right into the water heater. Into the room where the water heater is, and then you branch it out to every room in the house where it's supposed to go. And you put the kitchen sink, and you put everything so that it's all around, facing right next to where the water comes in. Kitchen right next to the bathroom, basically. And kitchen, laundry room, bathroom, everything all together as close as you can get it. But the main thing is that the water comes in one place and goes out in one place. The drainage, and you don't have these pipes. You don't bring the pipe up into the water here and then run it outside and then back into the house. If you want to, you run it along the walls. You put them behind access panels, but it stays inside the house where it's warm. So you don't have these little thin copper pipes freezing up. Oh, come on. There we go. Then, next step, you put a raised roof above. You put a peaked roof above the main roof. You give it. It makes a little sort of an attic space, but actually a breezeway. It makes a sort of a breezeway underneath. First of all, that will keep the sun from shining directly on the trailer, which will keep it cooler. And the breezeway above will help keep it cool. You put a fan at either end so that it blows air through during the summer. And you put a fan underneath, too. Underneath the trailer so it blows air through, too. Again, to keep it cool. That will cut your costs of heating and cool. That will cut your costs of cooling dramatically. Skylights, the full length of the trailer. They have skylights that you can get. They're basically a tube of a reflective foil with a bubble dome at either end. And so it pipes the light down. Frosted glass. You put one bubble on top, on the roof, and you pipe the light down into the room. That's just one way you could do it. But basically, each room has at least one skylight, or you run a single skylight the full length of the roof. That way, you're not burning up electricity as much with the sunlight coming in. And you're not making it less insulated just to put in big picture windows. You take those you take those, the roof, which is actually just a raised shade, and you make it into a water solar heater. Just black pipe, black copper pipe, running through under a glass panel. Basically a box. You've seen the projects in grade school and in like science fairs and stuff for heating water. You make the full length of the roof that, facing towards the south side if you're in the northern hemisphere. And you use that. There are two ways you can use it. You can use it to help heat your house, first of all, during the winter. But during the winter and during the summer, you can use it to preheat the water that goes into your water heater. Run the water from the water main up through these solar panels, up and then run it back down to your water heater. And it heats the water up hot enough, and it saves you a ton of electricity because the water heater isn't turning on as much. The windows, I would say smaller windows. I mean, I've got these huge picture windows in my living room. I got 3 picture windows in my living room. Gee, I wonder why it's so hard to stay cool or hot. Why it's so hard to stay warm in the winter, so hard to stay cool in the summer. Yes, they're double paned, but that's like spitting in the wind. It's spit in the ocean. It doesn't do much, especially as they get older and and they get cracked they have to be practically vacuum sealed for that double paned window to really be effective. And these things are old, panes are broken and stuff, and I've had to replace them. But it's really stupid. They put these big paned windows in to let in more light, and then they cover everything in dark, fake wood panel and undo all the work of letting the light in. And all the lighting, the lighting that's built into this place is a joke. Is these little lamps in the corners of the rooms. You can't see nothing. It's supposed to be this, soft, warm ambient, dark, moody ambient. It looks like it looks like a medieval pub in here for Dracula. It's dark all the time. This is my house. Dark and hot in the summer. Dark and cold in the winter. Use light panels on the inside. Divide the rooms up with closable doors and or curtains so that you can shut off sections that you aren't trying to keep warm or cool. Look, you're not, people trying to make these things look like a real house. They're not a real house. They're not. If you're not going to live in a real house, don't try and make what you're living in look like a real house, because it's not going to work, and it's going to make it less efficient. And it's just going to be a big, huge waste of money. Okay, let's see here. Checking the last page. Yep. The new page of Tales of the Questor is now up. Yay! Aren't you glad you waited for it? Yay! There we have it. New comic. We've determined that YouTube sucks for live streaming. I am just going to have to beat the bushes to get people to start coming to the live stream channel. Everybody goes to YouTube because everybody knows what YouTube is, but nobody, doggone it. If I had boobs, I'd have an audience. I could draw boobs and have an audience. I can guarantee you, there's some people out there. They draw half a nipple and 5,000 people will show up. But I have to work on that. Yeah. Okay. It is now 9:18. We sort of split the difference, having to mess around with that stupid thing. I'm a Dealey Baba Jamaica. All right, but we managed to run a whole hour and 53 minutes. Bum, ba, 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 ba. Okay, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna wish you all a good night, and tomorrow we'll be back on the regular live stream channel because these people here on YouTube are making it a pain in the butt to deal with them. I'll probably start posting the recorded live stream tapes to my channel. I'll have to figure out something with the music. I don't know what, but we'll go with that. Okay. I'll see you all tomorrow. If you can, throw something in the hat, or make a commission, or buy a book. Say a prayer for me. My butt's in a meat grinder, and somebody else has got a hold of the handle. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.